Oficial esta tarde, Getaway, dirigida por aquí. Welcome to Sitges.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations for the film. It's really funny. Y tenemos también a su protagonista y guionista, Nick Frost, que este día también recibirá en la proyección de Getaway el premio honorífico Máquina del Tiempo, Honorary Award, Time Machine Award this afternoon before the film. Y también es protagonista de varias películas que se pasan en el festival, como Time Stalker y también Crazy House. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Welcome to Sitges, and thank you for everything this year, because you are very busy in this festival.
Yeah.
Well, we are very happy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Vamos a hablar hoy aquí en esta rueda de prensa de Getaway y empezamos la rueda de prensa. Gracias a vosotros también. Thank you very much.
Hello. First of all, it's an absolute honor to be here with you. When I was reading your autobiography, I love it.
You were the one.
It was me, yeah. I was really struck by the love with which you spoke of, well, nearly everyone, but particularly your son. And obviously now your clan has grown. And I was just wondering, what do you reckon is the best lesson you've given your children, or the best lesson you want to give your children?
I don't know. I mean, I'm always quite keen to remind them that I'm learning as well, you know, and I think be ready to apologise. And I think I've never heard my parents ever apologise to me. I think they were quite stubborn in terms of they're the parents and I'm a kid, and so I shut the fuck up and do what I'm told. But you know, it's difficult being a dad, and I just, some days you feel that was fucking great, you did great, and other days you lay down and think, I could probably do better. So I think every day is an opportunity to be better at being a dad. I think is the schmaltzy answer.
Yeah. Okay.
And don't hit them too much. A bit. It's fine, with a belt or a clothes hanger.
And what's your favourite flavour of cornetto?
It's mint. It has to be mint for me,
Okay.
because I feel like I'm also brushing my teeth at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
Which is, I'm not.
Me neither. Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
What did you think when they offered you the role of a reincarnated dog in Time Stalker?
Yeah, it's nice to play dogs. I got to do my own barking, and that was very important for me, because I am a character actor. So I did all my own barking. Yeah.
Por referencias a la hora de plantear la película, como Cometa Negra, todos tenemos en mente el de Wickerman, no sé si la tuviste también presente, y también tenías Midsommar de Ari Aster, y la pregunta también era cómo se toman los suecos, que siempre sean los malos, últimamente en las folk horrors.
Yeah, how the Swedish feel about that? That is very interesting because we shot the movie in Finland. It plays in Sweden, of course, where we shot with all these Finnish actors who were really great, all the locals on the island of Svalta. So that went quite easy in a way. There was not that much discussion with the Finns about portraying the Swedes in a way like this.
We can just never go back to Sweden.
Yeah.
That's it for us.
We haven't heard yet from the Swedes, so we're a little afraid of that. And yeah, influence. I mean, yeah, I must say it's really a story on its own. And of course, I mean, you see, there is this play that these characters do, and they dress up in a way, and it's the Scandinavian culture in a way. So there are some links visually. I think it's quite impossible to not do that. But I must say, Getaway is quite unique in its setup and in its setting. So. The island of Svalta, it's amazing.
Did you have in mind The Wicker Man from 1973?
I saw The Wicker Man. It's a great movie, but it wasn't the biggest reference. I must say. I mean, I mean, if there would be references in the film, it would be more like in cinematography. Like The Shining is a movie that sort of we got inspired by that in the way of shooting, but also lots of different like Wong Kar-wai films. There was lots of inspiration, but not really clear, I think, in the film. So not as an homage from my side.
Además de la trilogía Shaun of the Dead, World's End and Hot Fuzz de Edgar Wright, ¿tienes algún proyecto con él aparte de esta trilogía, o esto ya acabó, o podrías volver a trabajar con Edgar, que estuvo aquí hace 2 años en el Festival de Sitges? Y por otro lado decirte que George Harrington is very cool.
You said that in English, right? Fuck again. Suddenly understand Spanish. Okay. Well, yeah, look, we always talk about it, and I just think it's just a case of finding something that is worthy to follow those 3 films we've done, you know. I think there's an expectation that we're just going to do another one or something, and we will, but we need to find something good and something that people are going to say, that was pretty freaking good, not just, oh, that was number 4, or that wasn't as good as the other 3, you know. We need to make sure it's good. I mean, I spoke yesterday a bit about, I think what's quite fascinating is even if we're 10 years between films, which we probably will be, I've never really seen a group of actors age as we're going to age, you know. So what's going to be interesting is seeing what we think when we're in our 60s or 70s, you know. And I think probably one of us will pass away, so it'll be just me and Simon, or me and Edgar, or Edgar and Simon. We just don't know at this point. So I think that's interesting to have a chance to stick together as a gang and age, and you know, because the other 3 films essentially are about the evolution of male friendships, you know. And I think that doesn't stop as you get older. Certainly not for Simon and I. I think our relationship has evolved and it's become something else again, you know, which is interesting. It'll be interesting to see if we can, you know, do that on screen and make it funny and heartfelt and honest and something that people give a shit about, you know. Thank you. And thank you for my Harrington comment.
Yeah, I was not like you.
Yeah, thank
Like
you.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm not quite Martin Freeman smart, but thanks.
Yes.
He has a whole
Absolutely.
room, it's like a whole floor in his house, which is a dressing room, apparently. That's true. He's very well dressed.
Quería preguntar acerca del proceso de escritura de guión y si hubo mucho cambio en el guión. Gracias.
Oh yeah, totally. I think I like to write a lot, you know. I have my own process, which I do, and I kind of do the same thing every day, where I set up a little table and I set all my stuff out and I watch horror films all day and then just write, you know. I think I'm fairly disciplined. I think I've taught myself that over the last 10 or so years, you know. Even if you don't write anything, you need to be available should you have to write something, you know. But if I can, I'm going to try and write at least 10 pages a day, and a lot of that stuff is going to be bad. A lot of it's just about getting an idea out, you know, and trying to finish a first draft, because if you have a first draft, then you have a currency, you have something, you know. And I think if you accept that from that first draft, you have every opportunity to then start making it better, you know. And that's with my process of editing, and then getting Steffen on board and having our producer's notes, and being collaborative in terms of being open to notes. You know, I think when I started writing 20 years ago, if someone gave me notes, I'd be like, well, you just don't get it, you don't understand it. I somehow thought that I was better than notes, you know. But I think that one of the things I've learned as I've gotten older is one of those notes are really good, and it makes the film better. So it doesn't matter about, I think you have to drop your ego when you're writing a film, essentially, because everyone's involved and everyone wants to feel like they're part of it. And that's a nice thing about collaborating with people like Steffen and John Hegerman, who's my producer on Getaway. We've all got to say, you know, and I think one of the things about On Getaway and being a producer, and that's the thing I didn't. I think I really enjoy being a producer, but there are things that you know that as an actor you're hidden from, you know. So as a writer and a producer, like some days I get an email to say, okay, so look, I know we start shooting in 4 weeks, but we need to lose 10 pages out of the script because we can't afford them. So it's like, oh, right, how am I going to lose 10 pages, you know? Because it's like, well, we kind of need it all. But there's a kind of joy in that you just kind of start trimming away and you make it eventually. So I mean, I really love the process of writing and editing. You know, not editing on camera, but editing through the script writing process and with John and with Steffen and making notes, and you know, it's if you're open to it, you can make something which is all right, something that's just really good, you know.
Quería preguntarle a Nick si él, que ha cultivado bastante el género, se siente más cómodo, ¿no?, dentro de él que haciendo películas más convencionales.
Maybe I feel more comfortable in this kind of movie, you know, in this kind of genre, horror, comedy, and you kind of know how it works in a way. But I mean, honestly, it's just acting. It doesn't matter really what genre you're in. For me, it's about preparing and being on time and professional and courteous and knowing my lines, and it doesn't really matter what genre that is in. I think that the basis for what I do is being prepared and making sure that I can do what I can so everyone has a positive experience on the set that I'm working in, you know. And sometimes that's easier when it's on a little low-budget indie horror comedy than it is on a huge, you know, $300 million Hollywood picture.
Me gustaría saber que una vez acabado el guión que tú escribiste, ¿cómo fue encontrar el proceso de encontrar a alguien que quisiera dirigirla y llevarla a cabo junto a ti, y cómo fue trabajar los dos juntos como director y guionista, y aparte tú, Nick, siendo el actor que la protagoniza?
Well, it's not Crazy House. Getaway was the second film that Steffen and I did together within 2 years. So, firstly, we were going to do Getaway first, and then the timing just didn't work out. So we did Steffen's film first, and so Steffen and I got kind of put together via, was it Netflix? I think at first.
Yep.
Steffen was on a very short list of people that Netflix loved. So I kind of watched his stuff, and then we chatted and wrote letters to one another, and we kind of realised that we shared a kind of sensibility in terms of our likes comedically and in horror and genre, and it, you know, we did Crazy House first, which was great in a way because we realised that we really liked one another and we'd enjoy then doing Getaway. But I don't know, I think I got a sense quite quickly that it was like, okay, it's going to be good, it's going to be alright, you know, you have to trust Steffen, and it seems silly to bring someone like Steffen on board and then for me to propose shots, and you know, it's like, it's not my business first of all, and you have to just trust Steffen's process and know that he's a fantastic director and you're going to get something great out of it, you know, you just have to hand that over and have faith, you know.
Molt bé, doncs moltes gràcies, Nick, Steffen. See you in the red carpet.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.